Because of the independent author boom, you see a lot of people who can take pen to paper and then they immediately publish. And there's no editing involved in there, which has been one of my biggest peeves that I tell everybody. As an author, your job is to create something that people want to read. So that's the most important thing, is to not give them something halfway done. And editing is huge. There's a lot of books out there now, how to do it on your own, even a little how to do your own self-publishing. If you're really in a bind, get beta readers. There's just so much to do. But what I really suggest for any first-time author is make sure you're edited. At least one time, get edited. I didn't know what to expect. Had never had to deal with an editor before, and I know we had a couple of moments where I had to tell them, stop, you have to listen to me. And a couple of times where they had to tell me, okay, stop, you have to listen to us. I had to learn. It was a huge learning process for me, and of course, my fear was before I had to learn to deal with criticism, and that was probably the hardest part for me. I ran through my house ranting a couple of times, and then eventually when I stepped away and I came back, we were able to have great conversations, and it was really good. They always answered my questions. There was always somebody there to talk to. I stood by a couple of things and I said, no, we're not doing this, and there was a lot between how a doctor would react. And I think at one point I told somebody, do you work in the medical field? Because if you don't work in the medical field, you don't understand. I'm a nurse, I work with doctors, and they kind of stopped at that point. There were a few times where they said, hey, if you don't change this, you might not be up for your award, and that gets kind of scary too. But I really stuck by my guns and thought, well, if I'm not up, that's okay. And some things I understood and was able to change. Other things I was like, this is not changing. I still ended up receiving the award, but I did learn a little bit of give and take without completely losing myself in the process. I did win the Editor's Choice Award. I was very happy about that. I believe I saw it in my email. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning when I saw it in my email, and I came down. I've got my whole family who lives here with me, and I just woke everybody up. I'm like, I won. So everybody was happy with me. I've got great family support. A couple of days later, I was asked to do another kind of step-up program, which is the Rising Star. You have to give them a lot of information about how you want to promote, and it's really a lot on the author, what they're going to do with this. So I filled out their whole information packet, which was a whole other learning experience. And maybe 2 weeks later, I was told that I made the Rising Star program. So again, ran down, told everybody about that, Facebooked it like crazy, and I was very excited.